Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Asagao Academy.
Asagao Academy. It's pronounced Asagao.
It's not pronounced Asiago.
So, once again, on the Cheese Academy.
Nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear.
What were we doing?
Gerard was showing us his itty-bitty kitty collection.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about which itty-bitty kitty on his wall there we wanted. I still like that poofy, light, white/purple one all the way down on the bottom on the left.
That one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I was between these.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Can we ask him for it?
Yes.
Okay.
In this room, I have 247 itty-bitty kitties of every shape and size. This is the newest set, the Catastrophes. They're a band. They're really popular right now. I traded my rare extras for these the other day. The one you brought back to me is from a set of 4 that are called Opalescence? Opalescence. Opalescence. Currently, they're the only shinies.
Shinies.
They were so pretty, my gaze fixated on them. Just missing the last opalescent. It's a purple one, Princess Pumpernickel. I've tried everywhere, but no one has them in stock. But there's only 3 copies in the world, so it's not really surprising. They're amiibos.
It's like amiibos.
They're amiibos. It's more surprising that I managed to get these ones. I have one of the most complete collections in the world. People think that the Kitties company gives me the newest figures, but I earn all my IBK.
I can tell this took a lot of hard work. I'm amazed at how much effort you put into this.
He sighed heavily and sat down on his bed.
Complete it.
Thanks, Hana. I just wish I could get that last figure. I could finish my collection and the kitties would have all their friends together in one place.
I wish I could help.
But don't worry about it, Hana. This is my battle to fight. I nodded, then glanced at my watch.
Oh, I should go. I really wanted to finish my book today, but if you ever need help, I'm here.
I stood up, then waved to both of them.
Bye.
Bye, Hana. Thanks again.
Bye.
See ya.
He didn't look pissed at us that time. He actually had a smile on his face.
Yeah, well, we did a good thing.
Did we, wipe our slate clean, or are we still, on his, murder to happen in the future list?
I don't think we're on the murder to happen in the future. I think we're on the... we're neither good nor bad.
I wonder
we're
if
neutral.
he's the hardest person to get to like you.
What's that?
I wonder if he's the hardest person to get to like you.
He is.
Is he really?
Uh-huh.
I thought so. Sorry. I digressed.
Thankfully, I managed to finish my book. It took more time than I expected, though, and by the time I got back to my room, it was dark outside. Ooh, who are you going to run it? Oh. When I opened the door to my room, the lights were off. I flicked them on, and the huddled form of Mai hugged a stuffed purple bear appeared on her bed.
Hello.
I'm back.
Mai glanced at me, then buried her face again in her bear. Was she sulking? It was unlike her to be so unenergetic.
Are you okay?
Oh no, it's piano.
It's Monica.
No.
I can't ever listen to piano music in games anymore.
Not like this kind of mellow piano.
Yeah. That doesn't sound very okay.
Mai glanced at me again, her face a light shade of pink like she was holding her breath.
You know you can tell me anything. You've helped me out a lot, so it's the least I can do in return, right? Besides, we're friends.
Mai sighed, then threw the bear on the floor where it lay as if screaming in agony.
It's totally not fair.
She sighed again.
No, it's totally terrible to think like this, but even though I'm really happy for you getting to be friends with these guys, it's just not fair.
Those guys? Who? The Normal Boots Club?
It's just that I've been a fan of them for so long, and I've loved Jared forever. And then here you come, totally out of the blue with your pink hair, and just like that, you're friends.
Because we have pink hair, we rock.
Right. I don't know, I do like red.
I know. What about Obsession from Albenstein?
No.
Come up with a new recipe. She snapped her fingers in front of her face. But, oh, that's you.
But like here, I've been trying this whole time and Jared didn't even know my name today.
He does now.
I know I'm totally being stupid and I feel bad, but I still... Oh.
Some friend you are.
I like the first one.
All right, let's be friends.
I like her.
Let's be friendly. Mai smiled weakly at me.
They wouldn't totally be my friends if it wasn't for you.
To be fair, I think that probably works both ways.
Right.
Like, we wouldn't know who they were, and...
Right. I'm totally going to sleep.
She turned over and closed her eyes without even taking off her uniform. Turned off the light and walked to the bear she threw in the middle of the room.
I'm sorry, too.
I said it quietly, but even as the words left my lips, I knew they were a lie.
Teenagers.
Despite our slight confrontation last night, Mai was as peppy as usual the next day. It seemed like there was no reason for me to worry, but that didn't mean I didn't. The bell rang and class started. Miss Shizuka wrote origami flowers on the board in an ornate script, then turned to glare at the class.
Class.
The flower festival is only a few days away. It's time again to start folding flowers to sell for the school. We do this every year, guys. I don't want to hear any groans. You're free to write me an essay on the importance of these funds for the school if you'd rather not participate.
Sold.
She did not get any last night.
Nope. A few students rolled their eyes, but I smiled. It sounded kind of fun, and I hadn't folded origami in years.
I'm handing out practice sheets because I know how bad you guys are at origami. I'm only going to teach you once, so pay the freak attention.
Oh, harsh. Shizuka returned to the front of the class, picking an ornate green paper. As she instructed the class, I realized that these were the most basic version of origami flowers. I was already familiar with them. I folded my practice paper with ease while Shizuka roamed the room, helping the students who struggled to follow along.
These creases are weak. Kindergartners could do better than this. Hell, my ex could do better than this.
Ooh. Well, maybe her ex was an expert paper folder, though. That's not fair. We don't know his backstory. Sadness passed across Miss Shizuka's face. She turned to the boy next to her and slammed her hand down on his desk.
You need to be better. Be better, for everyone's sakes.
Ouch. It seemed like quite a few students were having trouble. I went to the front of the class to get some new paper, passing John on the way back to my seat. His paper caught my eye.
You folded this the wrong way. Your flower is going to be narrow if you keep going.
I'll be honest with you, Hana. I have no idea what I'm doing. Help me. He kind of looked like he was about to cry. I knelt by his desk, unfolding and refolding his paper. This looks perfect. You're so good at origami. Did you have to make flowers at your old school too?
No, I used to do origami a lot when I was younger. I guess muscle memory just kicked in. Thanks, though.
Really?
Really? What an odd skill to have. Not really.
No, lots of people do it. I did origami cranes.
Yeah. I have one named Petey.
Is it?
Please. John clasped a hand around my wrist. Stay with me. Help me.
Don't leave me. Sure, if you need it.
Yeah.
I knew I could count on you. Thank you, Hana. You're a goddess. I spent the entire rest of the class period slowly doling out lessons to John and PBG. I offered to help Shane, but he turned away from me, instead watching over John's shoulder. I kept my movements large and exaggerated so he could see too. It was nice to feel useful. When class was over, I headed back to the dorms with Mai. We had a long night ahead of us, filled with homework and the possible reward of chocolate ice cream should we finish on time. But before I got that far, someone called my name.
Hana!
Hana!
Jeff, is everything okay?
Hey! The Normal Boots Club has a meeting today and PBG forgot to take his soccer uniform with him. He held up a blue and gold uniform. He won't have much time to change before practice if he doesn't have this, and I have to run down to the field. Can you take it for me?
Like, of course we totally can.
Mai grabbed the uniform from Jeff. Awesome, thanks! He dashed towards the field. Mai turned to me, victory running through her face.
Finally, a chance to see Jared in his element. Come on, Hana, we gotta totally, come on, hurry.
We approached the Normal Boots Club room, hearts thumping nervously. At least, I assume Mai's was, judging by the way she was fidgeting like a hummingbird on acid it was.
I love some of the adjectives in this game.
We stepped up to the door we were about to knock when I heard my name on someone's lips. Hana? I froze and turned to Mai. Her face was lit and she pressed a finger to her lips. She leaned in closer to the door and I followed suit. Dude, I think it's fine. What do you think she's going to do to us? You need to calm down. But it's so pink. No one has hair like that. People can't choose their hair color, Shane. That's a really poor reason to judge someone. I know, but I don't trust people with pink hair. You know there's more to it than just the color. Don't deny it.
What?
Weird things always happen around people with pink hair. Sure, but they're not dangerous. Aren't they? My heart sank. I stepped away from the door, unwilling to hear more. I held up my hand and shook my head. Just when I thought I was beginning to win Shane over. Was this how he truly felt about me?
I'm heading back.
I stepped past her, walking as quickly as I could back to the dorms. Luckily, I didn't pass anyone on the way back. I didn't think I could manage small talk without bursting into tears after what happened. I kicked off my shoes and went to set my backpack down by my desk, passing the mirror. I paused as I did, turning to the mirror, evaluating myself on a whole new level. So much grief. My hair caused me so much grief over the course of my life. Now, for some reason, Shane thought I was suspicious. I smoothed my hair with my hands, the shortness of it catching me by surprise. It was softer when it was long. With a sigh, I turned away and collapsed onto my bed, hugging Mr. Bunny to my chest.
Should I dye my hair, Mr. Bunny?
I raised him up, staring into his glassy eyes.
Yeah, you're right.
I rolled onto my side, squeezing Mr. Bunny to my chest.
Satch said it himself. You don't choose your natural hair color.
Mr. Bunny was small against me, and I smiled at him. At least he still liked me. Shaking my head, I went to my desk. I had better things to do than mope.
You're totally still studying, Hana?
I took my headphones out of my ears and turned to Mai. Our plans for that evening were postponed, and I silently thanked her for not pushing me to keep them. I wasn't in the mood anymore.
Yeah, it's only been a few hours. You haven't moved since I, left the room last.
She climbed her bed and dangled her hands off the side.
At least take a break, okay? Well, I have been meaning to return the book I checked out.
It was overdue, and I had to do it at some point. I was going to do it today, but after what happened, it was like the last thing I wanted. That didn't make it any less overdue, though.
Go do that. Meet me at dinner afterwards. If you're going to spend the rest of your life studying, at least be nutritionalized.
I stretched, bending backwards to apologize to my back for the hours of arching over a desk. I would have a hunchback by the end of my school career, I was sure.
You're right, I'll go. I'll see you at dinner.
It was pretty late when I got to the library. No one came at this time unless there was a term paper due. Since it was still relatively early in the year, the room was barren. Satch was working at the desk as I expected, but he was joined by PBG and Paul. As soon as I saw them, I turned around, trying to walk right back out, but... Hey, Hana. Unfortunately, my hair also made me stick out like a sore thumb. I reluctantly joined them at the counter. What's up?
Not much. I'm taking a study break to return the book I checked out.
I took the book out of my bag and handed it to Satch. That book. I can't help but notice you're reading The Princess Betrothed. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I never would have read it without Satch's suggestion, so I have to thank him.
He nodded and put the book on the to-be-sorted shelf. No problem. I don't work in a library for nothing. Yeah, I have another suggestion for you if you need one.
No thanks. I want to get back to the dorms.
Oh, come on. It's almost dinner. Let him check out that great book for you. Then we can all go to the cafeteria together.
Well, all right.
That was the last thing I wanted to do, but I was really bad at showing people that I didn't want to talk. Follow me to the fiction section. We set off through the library on an epic quest for adventure and fortune. My mind raced trying to think of a good excuse so I didn't have to follow them to the cafeteria. Here it is, the Banana Club. He pulled a bright yellow book off the shelves. The Banana Club was written across in a bold font. Now, I know it sounds stupid, looks kind of stupid too, honestly, but trust me, one of the most moving books I've ever read. The ending crushed me. He put a fist to his mouth and blinked rapidly. Don't cry now, Satch. I'm going to stop here before I spoil everything. He handed the book to me, and I gazed blankly at the cover.
Thanks, Satch.
And, Hana?
Huh?
Are you alright? You don't look very well. I wasn't really, but of course there's no way I was going to tell Satch that I eavesdropped on their private conversation.
I am just feeling a little under the weather.
I conjured a fake cough. It sounded pathetic.
I think I'm going to skip out on dinner too. I'm not feeling well enough.
Satch narrowed his eyes and nodded. If you say so. Do you still want to read this book?
Yes, I do. Your suggestions haven't failed me so far.
Okay, let me check it out to you real quick so you can get back and rest. When we got back, PBG and Paul were off on the other side of the room, Paul waving a book vehemently at PBG. Satch stepped behind the counter and grabbed my book. You know, if something's bothering you or you're still getting used to the school, we're all here for you to talk to.
I know.
Transfers have it the hardest around here, and everyone knows that. Except for Shane, apparently.
Well, and I don't get why she's upset at all of them when they were trying to, like, defend her. It's Shane that she should be having an issue with.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just that
he's there in the cafeteria.
And she probably feels like Shane is going to undermine everything she does with them.
Oh, okay.
That's my guess anyway. Like, I don't think she's mad at the rest of them. I just think she's like, well, anytime I try to get close to him, Shane's going to be a jerk and tell them not to hang out with her.
Makes sense.
I nodded. He passed the book to me and I put it in my backpack. Just don't be a stranger, all right?
I won't. Thanks, Satch. I'll see you tomorrow.
I waved goodbye to him and made my way back to the dorm. Somehow, Satch always knew when I was upset and how to make me feel better. It helped that Paul and PBG weren't acting any different to me than normal either. Maybe it really was just Shane with the problem, whatever problem that was. Hana! I looked up. John was standing just in front of my desk, eyes glittering.
Yes?
I need you in my play. Please, Hana.
What?
John grabbed my shoulders, his arm shaking so much I felt like I was vibrating. The drama club, our play this year, we're doing Romeo and Juliet. I've been thinking about it for so long, I couldn't have just anyone, and I wasn't finding someone who fit my particular needs, but then you come along. I've been watching you. I'm sure you can do it. Please, Hana, I need you. Only you. Only Hana.
Only Hana. Just Hana.
Did he want me to be Juliet? At least come see what I've been working on. Please, Hana. Want to do it?
Yeah, well, I'm okay. I'll come and see, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, Hana, thank you so much. You're darling.
Darling.
John flung his arms around my neck, then just as quickly let go. I glanced away to hide my face. Sure, I was turning pink. Awesome. This will be great. Meet me after school in the theater. I've got everything prepared for you.
Yeah, great.
Well, now that that's settled, come on, Hana. Let's go to lunch. He hustled out of the room with a bird-like grace. I stared after him. It was like a whirlwind he'd just left. He honestly reminded me a lot of Mai.
Hey.
You coming, Hana? He poked his head around the corner.
Yeah.
He might have been spending too much time with that bird. Man, that test today was brutal. I totally bombed it. I failed miserably. PBG held up his paper. There was a big red F at the top. John winced and slowly raised his own failed exam. The two laughed and high-fived.
Because, yeah, that's totally what they should be doing.
It's not a big deal. I'll just retake it later. I had way better things to do than study. I never thought I'd pass. Gerard and I did wonderfully. Most of our homeroom did. Maybe your teacher teaches differently? Yeah. Nope. I got an 89, so it's not Miss Shizuka. These two are just massive idiots. I nodded. I didn't feel like admitting to my 93, not after seeing how badly John and PBG did.
Awesome!
Wow, that's awesome, Shane. It's like your mind is just made for facts. You totally deserve it.
Hey.
Did you get your 97 raised, Gerard? That's not like you at all, Gerard. Gerard laughed sheepishly.
Complete it.
Yeah, I got my 100. To be fair, I would have gotten 100 like normal, but one of the questions could be answered in two ways. I told the teacher and he changed my score accordingly. I think if you got a couple points, I think you got a couple of points too, Satch. You had to have that 100, didn't you? Did you get a completion bonus? I love this.
I do too.
I get to take a lot of crap from you guys. That's more than enough to make it worth it. I smiled alongside them, still feeling somewhat out of my element. Shane's comments hung over my head even now, but I didn't think there was much I could do about it. For class, I quickly filled Mai in on John's proposition.
I'm kind of worried about it.
What?
Are you kidding, Hana? He wants you to be in Juliet. And, like, he'll be Romeo. Oh, that's so romantic. He's, like, totally hitting on you. Does Maya think everybody's totally hitting on us?
Probably.
I don't know, Mai. I'm really not an actress. I'm bad at the limelight. There's no way he wouldn't have noticed that, and I doubt he's hitting on me either.
That's probably like the silliest way to hit on someone, like destroying a school play if you don't think they're actually any good.
Yeah. Hana, like, totally get a grip on yourself. You're one of the nicest people I've totally ever met, and any guy would be lucky to, like, have you. That's why you're my best friend. I mean, like, why else would he make such a big deal out of it? He did seem upset. You might have a point.
John is Romeo, and me is Juliet. It was corny, but kind of cute. Visions of myself in John in period clothes sweeping across the stage floated through my mind. Spotlights glistening in his hair. He leaned in towards me. Engard!
No!
Ah!
Romeo, my love.
Juliet, this isn't how the story was supposed to go.
Romeo.
I was sure she was daydreaming. Uh-oh.
Whoa, what's, like, wrong? Nothing, sorry. Is class over? Yeah, you're going to, like, to the theater, right?
After the daydream, it was hardly like I had a choice.
Bye-bye.
I'll, like, see ya back at the dorms.
Oh, are we locked into a route now?
Okay, bye. I don't think so. We said we'd do the fashion show with Jared, too. Didn't
Oh,
we?
that's true. It's just that little scene made me, I'm like, uh-oh.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's okay, Hana. You can do this. Theater's here, right?
The door opened to a gorgeous room with bright red seats. John was down on the stage, his arms flung to the ceiling. Doth thou protestations relinquish mine famine?
Squawk! Nine!
Nay! Jacques, you've got to have a little more intensity. Don't you want to be famous?
Squawk! Nine!
Why, you little...
Excuse me.
Hana! His voice shot up several octaves. Come in, come in, come in! He leaped up the stairs, grabbed me by the hand, and pulled me into the room. I wasn't sure you were going to come. Thank you so much, Hana. You were really the only person I could trust to do this. We're getting stuck to work like the lights or something, aren't we?
About that, John, I don't know about this. I'm really not an actress. There's no way I could be Juliet.
That's not what he wanted.
I have a feeling it's not.
Huh? He stopped pulling me. Who said anything about Juliet?
Didn't you?
No.
No.
That wasn't the part you wanted to talk to me about?
Oh, no, of course not. You're right. You're not suited to Juliet at all. Ouch. He ran backstage, returning with a large inflatable bag. Actually, I wanted you to be... Drumroll, please, Jacques.
Da-da-da-da-da. Squawk!
He tossed the bag onto the stage. The crumpled plastic unraveled, revealing a tree.
Oh, God.
Oh, John. John.
First I thought, well, maybe he wanted her to do some artwork because we did the origami cranes or the origami flowers. He wants us to be a tree.
Ouch.
Tree?
You're perfect for the part. You're so shy and quiet, and you have an impressive ability to stand still for long periods of time.
I do not want to be a tree.
The other day in class, you stared into space for almost 20 minutes straight and didn't move a muscle.
Oh.
Of course. Why would you want me to play a lead role? It was obvious I wasn't cut out for that kind of thing. Wanting to play the Romeo to my Juliet? How ludicrous. What's wrong?
Of course I wouldn't be able to play Juliet. No one would think I could do that.
Well, it's not that you can't, but John wasn't trying to be mean. He just didn't seem to get that it was insulting.
I'll think about it, okay? But I think I'm gonna go for now.
If you say so. Be sure to give me your answer soon. I'm so ready for this. It's going to be the best play yet, especially with Jacques as our Juliet.
Oh, God. Is he gonna make out with his bird?
Well, I don't know that he's playing Romeo.
Oh, he didn't say that.
Yeah.
You're right. But who's gonna have to kiss Jacques if he's Juliet?
It's a good question. PBG?
Maybe it's one of the normal or one of the
hidden block.
That's
Could
like
be.
their punishment. Oh, jeez. Squawk! I love you.
Well, that was embarrassing and humiliating.
Goodbye, John.
See you later.
See you later, Hana. That seems like a good place to break for now, having our dreams crushed
Oh, that was so
into
sad.
thousands of pieces. So yeah, we'll cut there. You're not supposed to cut your hand on the desk. That's not what we were cutting.
I hit like a spot I already hit today. Ouch. Next time on the Cheese Academy, we'll figure out what to do with our lives, I guess. Will we go with Jared? Will we go play soccer with PBG? Will we figure out why Shane has a bug up his butt about pink-haired chicks? Tune in next time.
Oh, also, we have to decide if we're going to be a tree.
Oh, I forgot about the tree.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, do please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.